All right, guys. Welcome to another breakdown, and then I'll be doing a quick breakdown on GJ for what I might potentially look for during um London session today. So let's get right into it. So with GJ, we've been bearish for a while now, and I've been taking some intraday trades, of course, which it has been hitting very nicely. I'm not gonna lie to you. So yeah, on GJ, after price giving us this impulsive move to the upside after sweeping this high, no, actually sweeping this liquidity, which was the Asian session. The no, it wasn't the Asian. Okay, yeah, after the Asian, we went up and then flew to the downside, breaking the swing low. So let's go to the 1 hour real quick. Now, when we look at the current structure here, it's pretty much simple. Okay, we trending down until this supply fails. Probably that's when we're gonna go higher. I'm still looking into the supply anyway. And if this doesn't hold, then we're gonna continue flying. But I'm still bearish. I'm still bearish on the pound yen. So I'm gonna break down what I'm seeing potentially. So let's get right into it. So when we look at the current structure, of course, we have the lower low. So this is our swing high. So I'm gonna mark it like so. There's our swing high of the range, and then there's our swing low, as you can see, of the range, which I did mark. So swing high, actually this was the swing low, but we had a pullback and then we had a further break. And after the further break, we never broke this low, and it's actually playing within this playing within this between this zone and then this zone right here. Sorry. So what we see over here is basically internal structure, basically. So yeah, now, when we look at this right now, we have the high, okay, and then we have the low. We had a new lower high. They had a further break to the downside, giving us a new lower low. Cool. Now, after price breaking the structure, what do we see here? We had a rally up breaking the swing high. So of course, a lot of us will be marking this as a change of character. Okay. Now, after price giving us this change of character, okay, um, we had the new low. Okay, we had a new low into an area. I think I caught some sells around here, which was intraday trades, of course. I don't want to waste time on that. But we did pull down into this demand level, which should be on the 15, if I'm not mistaken, or 10. Let me see. Uh, yeah, more of a 15 zone. We did liquidate a little bit, we rallied up, and then we failed basically. Now, after price came up, okay, so let's do it this way. Now we had higher high, okay, after breaking this, but we are still ranging in this zone. So meaning if price was to come here, we could have gotten some shorts, of course. But price traded lower, breaking structure again. Okay. So this is our 15-minute structure, of course. That broke to the downside, price pulled back and then sold off. That's why I wasn't worried about this whole imbalance, because most of the time it's not always gonna it doesn't have to fill the imbalance for you to take a trade off. Sometimes probably this was news if I'm not mistaken. It doesn't always have to come it doesn't always have to pull back into a supply. Or I mean into an extreme supply to sell off. Sometimes it might play within the range and then continue selling off. One and then there's this particular pair that I've noticed based on this particular pattern or this similar pattern is on BTC. It normally gives us like an impulsive move to the downside or impulsive move to the upside. It might play around, and then you might see like a fake change of character to the upside. You might take the buys, and then it's gonna stop you out basically. But if you look at if you look at the external ranges, you could play within the ranges based on how the trend is moving. So as you can see, we have this high, and then we have the low. Whatever is over here it's more of a pullback. So if price was to pull back all the way, fine, but you should still pay attention anyway on price, how price is behaving during certain sessions. Sometimes we might have consolidation, and then London, of course. London is more of giving us crazy volume during London. I mean, during that time, sorry. So it could possibly go to the upside or possibly go to the downside. That's the behavior of GJ during London. In New York, that's the reversal most of the time, or sometimes with a continuation. So that's how it moves. Now, um, let me come back to what I was saying. So we had a high, and then we had a low, lower high, lower low. We had the change of character to the upside. Okay. Now, when you look closely, okay, what do we see here? We had a high, and then we pulled back a little bit. Okay. Now, after price giving us this higher low, we had a new higher high, breaking this structure. Okay. After price giving us this new higher high, this would be a break of structure basically. But price pulled back down. Okay. It consolidated. Probably this was yeah, this was Asia, so of course it's going to consolidate. But uh after price pulling back down, okay, we had a liquidation to the upside, breaking this structure. Okay. So now after price breaking this structure right here, this is gonna be our new low. This area right here is gonna be our new low. After, because this is the last low that broke this structure right here, this structure over here. So after price liquidating this Asian high, which I did had some entries on the 1 minute during London, of course, and I was able to take this out. But you could have waited for the pull, the liquidation, okay? Wait for the 15-minute change of character, which is this guy right here. Price pulled back into this nice area of the supply, and then you could have sort of targeting this low, or you could have targeted this area of demand, and you would have banked a lot of profits if you do trade on the 15-minute time frame though. Sorry about that. So yeah, you could have banked, and then uh I think this was Monday, no, Sunday. I did had some sales somewhere here, and I wrote it down. I wanted to take the low because when you look at the um market structure, of course, there's a lower low. Actually, this is the new extreme low. We had a lower high for a potential lower low to continue the trend. Basically, that was my whole thought process. But I think price did pull back into this. I think it was a 10-minute demand, if I'm not mistaken. So there was an area of demand on the lower time frames, and then price, of course, rallied to the upside. So now, since this demand is holding, this low potentially can still be taken out. Don't get me wrong. But now we're gonna be working with this low, and then we're gonna be working with this high. Okay. I mean, price did break this high, so if price was somewhere around here, we would have been working with this and then this guy. But now we broke structure to the upside, which was more of a liquidation, of course, because it didn't fully break, and then we had another shift to the downside, as you can see. So, um, so I will mark this more as a liquidity because it's not showing strong momentum to the upside. But bear in mind, I'm still looking at this supply anyway. Don't get me wrong, but I'm working within what price is telling me at the moment. So as you can see, we had the high. Okay, we had a higher low into this area of demand, of course, and then we had another higher high breaking this, but it didn't impulsively break and close above. So after price giving us this exhaustion, we had a break to the downside off of this area of I said area off of this higher low. We broke the higher low, giving us another change of character, and then now we having a pullback. I'm looking into this 30-minute demand, 30-minute supply. Okay, as you can see, even though we don't have the imbalance, we still have the buy to sell candle to the downside, and then we did fill this demand, but on the 4 hour, there's a demand on the 4 hour that I'm also looking at, as you can see. Let me show you real quick. So I'm looking at this 4 hour area of demand, which price is holding currently. But yeah, if it does hold and then we do fly, cool. If we do fly, it is what it is. But I'm still, because of this high not fully broken to the upside, I'm still kind of bearish. I'm not gonna lie to you. But if we do fail and then if we do fail the supply, I'll still wait for price to come to this supply, wait for confirmation basically, and then I say basically, obviously, and then we're gonna take the swing low that I'm still anticipating for the long term, basically. But of course, I'll still be looking for intraday trades, taking it lower. So that's basically it on a breakdown on GJ. So I'm waiting for price to liquidate this high. Okay, tap into this area of um, supply. Wait for a confirmation on a lower time frame, and then this could be my first target. And don't get me wrong, price could reverse off of this target because it's a strong level. I'm not gonna lie to you. It is a strong level, and then we have this area of demand. So if we do hold, I'll be looking for sales into this demand. And yeah, if this demand holds, then we'll still be looking for sales anyway, because I want these lows to be taken out. So yeah, that's basically it on GJ. So if you guys have any questions, just let me know and I'll get back to you. All right. Have a blessed day.